Do any of my Beardos and Weirdos know who this is? You absolutely should. He was a fantastic musician and singer, and he's also personally responsible for assisting in getting the popularity of the polio vaccine up by getting vaccinated in 1956 on national television. He helped bring up the immunization levels of the United States from 0.6% to 80% in 6 months after this broadcast. That is amazing. Let's take it one topic at a time. What's up, my Beardos and Weirdos? Today we're taking a look at the subreddit r/VaxxHappened. I've had some fun going through this. I've picked out some that I like. They're going to be longer posts, so if you're ready to dive into something with a lot of text, stick through it. It's going to be worth it in the end. Let's jump into it!
You can always vaccinate, but you can never unvax. First flu shot or 10th shot, you'll never know. Educate before you vaccinate. PM for more info.
God, PM for more info. I bet this is someone who's like,
Buy my essential oils. Less than 3-hour difference. Vaccine injuries. Vaccine Injury Awareness Month.
Oh God. I gave my child a vaccine, and then he had a nap. Vaccines cause naps.
If the vaccine wasn't live, we wouldn't have people sick with disease. The disease is a side effect of the vaccine.
Not how vaccines work. And I see you've taken a picture of the box, and the box probably says it has some of the disease in there, which it does. It's the only way your body can recognize what it looks like. It's like, okay, if you know someone bad is in your neighborhood, and people go around and show you pictures of that bad person, you know who to not let in your house. But if people don't show you pictures of that bad person, you might let the wrong person into your house. It's the exact same thing. Except the people who are coming around to your house aren't bringing the actual bad person with them. They're bringing pictures of the bad person so you can recognize them.
Just curious. How many of you know there's an aborted baby in multiple vaccines?
I knew it's fine. Absolute. Why not? What the fuck? Absolute. Why not? Alright, let's go ahead and kill this one before we move on to everything else. If you independently do your own research on this, it doesn't take very long for you to find the truth to this. Back in the day, more than 50 years ago, there were cells that were collected in order to be cultured for different vaccine production. Now, as it's very difficult to grab a human and start testing with them, more than 50 years ago, there were elective abortions performed, and the skin that was remaining from that was still healthy and could be used to save human life. So absolutely, they would culture cells from that in order to help produce vaccines. It's more than 50 years ago. We're generations away from that. Posting to the group, stop mandatory vaccination.
Hey guys, new member here. I'm a nanny and posting to get advice on a situation I'm close to and feel uncomfortable about. A friend of mine and fellow nanny was asked by the family she works for to take the youngest baby to wellness checkups. The most recent one she attended, the child needed a shot. The family is pro-vax, but my friend is anti-vax. She wasn't comfortable getting the baby's shot, but lied to the mom and said she got it. I'm sure her lie will be discovered soon. When the mom goes to doctor, it gets record. So I need advice. She didn't ask me for any, but I want to help everyone in the situation. Thanks.
Oh my good lord. Oh my good lord. The parents asked you to get their child taken care of. This wasn't a favor. This wasn't something that you had a choice in. You are employed by the family to take care of the child in whatever way the family deems necessary. This is part of the child's care. You don't have a choice here. Oh, good gosh. Well, I hope whoever gave advice told that person to take the kid to get vaccinated immediately. Anti-vaxxers cause a measles outbreak in Clark County, Washington.
Measles are better than autism.
Yeah, sure. Mind explaining that?
You can come back from measles. You can't come back from autism. To be honest, I'd rather be dead than a vegetable. At least my death would be quick instead of sad and slow.
That's not how vaccines work. That's not how autism works. Oh, we learn about this in school, guys. But hey, you can look this up on your own government website. Oh, I'm sure you don't trust the government. I'm sure that's part of the issue here. Paranoid about the government, because the government has big vaccine with their hands in their pockets.
Why would my unvaccinated kids be a threat to your vaccinated kids if you're so sure vaccines work?
I am so glad you asked. Let me answer that in words you might understand. The diseases haven't gone away. They're just held in check because sensible people vax their kids. Some people aren't sensible. They don't vax their kids. Yes, I'm looking at you, Sunshine. You with the PhD from Google U and the postdoc from whale.to. Because your little cherubs are unvaxxed, they are far more likely to catch the diseases. 23 times more likely for whooping cough and 35 more times likely for measles, for example. Your kidlets are much more likely to be exposed to the diseases because anti-vaxxers like yourself hang around with other anti-vaxxers. Your little darlings then spread their vile viruses and bacteria to innocent children who are too young to be vaxxed. These innocent children get sick with killer diseases spread by people silly enough not to vax, like yourself. No vaccine is 100% effective. Some vax kids will also catch your revolting diseases. We need high vax rates for herd immunity. Infect enough children and some of them will die. More of them will suffer permanent disability, and all of them will have experienced an unnecessary and unpleasant disease. All of that suffering will be your fault for not vaxing your rugrats. A person infected with measles attended a Trailblazers home game in Oregon last week amid an outbreak that has left 19 people ill this month in neighboring Washington state. So I like that this is a tweet from CNN, but someone superimposed an image on there, and it starts, I guess these are levels of education. High school diploma, associate's degree, bachelor's degree, master's degree, PhD, anti-vax mom who ignores the entire medical community and instead gets her health info from random websites. It's painful.
False. We don't have herd immunity. Not enough people vaccinated to have it. We've literally never had herd immunity and never will.
As unfortunate as that is, I'm very sorry to hear that's not the fault of other people. Your daughter obviously has a condition. That doesn't mean everyone else's kids will die of measles if they get it. I know plenty of unvaccinated kids that had it, lived and carried on normal lives. Measles is not something to worry about unless you have a child with a condition like yours. To a normal person, measles is minimal.
It's not. No. Misinformation. Yeah. In the best case scenario, you're gonna be okay. No, you're gonna have lasting effects. Oh good gosh, your research. You are terrible, you're both terrible. Oh god.
Facts. I said this to my kid's doctor recently, and he was speechless. He was spouting off about all the risks to my wife and I, basically fear-mongering, and it was baseless, so I hit him with some of the facts, including that. He was very uncomfortable because he knows I'm right, or he doesn't know anything at all. So tell me, doctor, without these studies taking place, how is this legal? How is it 100% safe? What data do I have to weigh the actual risks of combining all these vaccinations against other than you telling us that children can die if they don't vaccinate? The power in the room shifted quite quickly based on his uncomfortable expressions.
Oh god, he was probably uncomfortable because he's like, okay, you should vaccinate your kids. Unvaccinated kids can get diseases lead to death. And then you jumped in and said,
oh, vaccines lead to death? Oh, not vaccinating leads to death? Oh, how's that?
And the doctor's like, oh no, I told them all the steps and they're ignoring half the steps and now I have to listen to them. Let's just let them get it out of their system. They'll leave eventually.
Locals on Facebook be like, Kinsley Hannah drank bleach earlier. Her heart rate is currently 9. Thinking about taking her to the ER, but was wondering what my other mamas think I should do. Has anyone tried essential oils for this?
Oh, I love that. I love that. That's good. Burn. Vaccinate your kids, please.
Is anyone afraid their child will get polio? No. Have you read the history of polio? It used to be almost harmless. It didn't paralyze until vaccines and tonsil removal. Everybody's dumb.
Alright, my Beardos and Weirdos, that was r/VaxxHappened. Oh, that was hard to read through. It is difficult to see people talking about this. Oh my gosh, it is difficult. For anyone who has spent any time around medicine, who's been injected by medicine, who has had a reasonable conversation about medicine, or spent more than 5 minutes on anything but mommy blogs, you'll know that there is quite a bit of value in getting vaccinated, especially when people who spend decades of time in education tell you that there is a good reason, that the pros significantly outweigh the cons. You should absolutely listen to them. You are not going to be the absolute authority on something just because you spend more time reading on it than the average person might, because the source of your information is likely incorrect. Please get educated, but from the correct sources. Yes, government websites are okay to read through. How about you go to your doctor and talk to them directly? That's another great resource, and they're not necessarily employed by the government. Oh my gosh, expand your circle, expand your knowledge. Oh, please, please, please vaccinate your kids. And if you don't, never go outside. It's totally okay to not vaccinate your kids. Just never go outside. Alright, my Beardos and Weirdos, that was us taking it one topic at a time. We'll see you in the next video. Oh, one more thing. I wanted to say, definitely made some progress on getting that Patreon outro, but I don't have it yet. We're not going to do a Patreon outro until I have something. Alright guys, bye!